And if you're judging by appearances, and all you do is just keep repeating it all.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that. Well, stop using that type of control because it doesn't work. It's as you think right here, right now, not what you thought before, because that is in the past. But now is the appointed hour of desired change. And that's what you're looking for. And that's all we've been talking about for how long?
Sometimes
Years.
years.
I mean, and that's all we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Really. And the thing of it is, yes, I can tell you this. You're not going to get it by just hearing us here on the program.
Absolutely.
You needed something to listen to or to read and over and over and over. Because I realized uh, when I was working with Neville Goddard and I had about I had six tapes of his and I replayed those and play. As a matter of fact, I use the routine is about a half an hour, which is a lecture, and two on a CD, so that's an hour. But a half an hour every night, or as long as it takes, and you'll know when it took. You see, you won't have to guess about it. You'll know when it takes hold. You'll feel it. It's just like you could shoot electricity out, I mean, uh, it is a shocking experience, but you just can't wait for the next one. But you still have to go through the same routine. Be still and know that I'm God. How hard is that? I mean, come on. I mean, be still. I know for some people that really is impossible. And I'm one of them. I have to actually I had to practice and practice and practice and I'd say, oh, rubbish. And I quit. But then maybe a couple of weeks later, it comes up, what are you doing? What are you doing? See, I couldn't answer that. So I started thinking about it. Next thing you know, I was back in it. And that's what you do. You go through those little phases. But I'm telling you, if you take our word for it, it wouldn't take more than weeks or months to completely change your life. But yet that takes wholeheartedness and well, in other words, a complete shift in mind. But you can do it. You see, all you have to do is really want to. I mean, but you have to stop wanting to and do it. See, because everybody says, "Well, I tried that and I tried that." Well, if you just tried it, that don't help you much. It says do a thing. See, that's if you do a thing, you have the power. And what else would you need? Or who would you need to go to? Who is there to go to? The power is right with you. I am with you always. I will never leave you. Come on. I mean, come on. Well, how simple do you want it? And that's really been its problem all along, that it's so simple because everybody's focused on deep thought, thinking into this and that. If you're going to think about something deep thought, think about what's lovely and a good report. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. It really touches on, our topic. I think that everybody keeps looking on the without, a lecture, a talk, and they don't realize that they are the miracle. But I want to inquire something from you. Somebody inquired, you talk about those six tapes of Neville. Do you recall any of the names of those tapes? Because somebody wanted to know what was your favorite talk from Neville.
Well,
Okay.
just 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 like these are to the
Yeah.
people who are listening to it. The next one, you don't know it's the same talk.
Yeah.
You really don't. And actually, going back,
Hmm.
with the old tape, man, I've got like 50 of them there that I've gone through.
Yeah.
And, but, I said things. I mean, that's all the proof I needed that it was coming through me, not from me. And that's what I'm telling you. It's not from me. It's just through me. I'm the voice, and it's my own voice, but it tells me something different than I would have thought of. And so I know that it's not from me. I know it's, well, from within me, but not me. But that within me tells me I'm with you always. I will never leave you. I suffer with you, but you behold me not. See, and that's what we're trying to get you to do. We're trying to get you to go into silence and understand that you are God. Right here, right now, you are. You don't know that. We don't know that.
Yeah.
But if you take the evidence that Scripture gives you very plainly, it's not like I was told, um, you'll never get it. Well, but I did.
Yeah.
And only for one reason, I persisted. I was persistent. And it does take time for you to learn to be persistent. But I'll tell you this, the benefits, if it took you years and years and years, the benefits would outweigh all your waiting time. But it shouldn't take that long. See, this is a matter of you're turning too. That's a wholehearted turning. You understand? In other words, you're expecting you're expecting to hear from God. Go in the closet, close the door. When you're alone, speak to your Father, which is in heaven. And that's where he's at, in heaven, in you, right here, right now. And he's telling you, now is the only time there is. And if we're just speaking together now, what else is there? I mean, what would you want? What would you want other than a conversation with God? I mean, really, what could be so entertaining that you'd rather do something else? But it's okay. You were given choose this day. So choose away. But remember this, you get out of your problems the same way you got into them. You set them adrift and then are surprised about meeting up with them. See, that's what we do. We make monsters and we think, and we'll blame it on somebody else. That's their monster. Well, then why is it bothering you? Hey, it's really hard, you know, to just get started. I mean, I. You have to want to know first person, no more just hearsay. I'm not saying anything against hearsay because that got you this far anyway. But the point is that hearsay is not valid anymore. You see, what's valid is what's coming through you, not to you. You got it? It's what's coming from you, not to you. It's coming inward. And you're supposed to share it with everybody who will listen. And that's who I share it with, those who will listen. But most of them don't really. Well, actually, uh, we've all been conditioned out of our minds, really, to all kinds of bizarre stuff. But come on, if you really want to know how it works, work it. And you're told, do a thing. You are doing things, but what thing are you doing? Is it is it is it leading you where you want to go? Fine. Expand on it. But if it's not, stop it. Drop it. And that's hard, that we just said a while ago. That's the hardest thing for people to do. Let go. And how many times you told let go and let God? Okay. I'm all for that. I, I've screwed it up enough by myself, but now yeah, all you have to do is just learn to think different. That's all. You know, I could change your mind, just slap your face, and I could your mind like that. You know, and hope you don't hit me back. No, no, really. You know, it states very plainly in Scripture that as you think you are. Sounds pretty simple to me, doesn't you?
It does. It does.
Oh well, I don't know. I just, when God tells you that I suffer with you, it, I mean, where could you go with that statement? I mean, really think about where could you go with that statement? I suffer with you, but you behold me not. Wow. See, all you have to do is just sit and think on these things, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You said something earlier, and I wanted to touch on it. You were saying about the tapes that were beneficial to you. And I think a lot of times people miss the benefit. We talk often about the 4 CD set that we got out there. The goal of it is getting the new message within you. And that happens, as Mr. Lindell stated, by repetition. You said something earlier, and I want to inquire about it. You said, but I stayed persistent, even though it wasn't easy. Why? And I know why, but I'm still putting the question out to you. Why did you stay persistent? Why did you persist in going into the silence? What was what was your goal in your persistence?
One statement. Imagining creates the real in this drama, man, is what I heard from Neville Goddard. And it's for some reason, I felt like I just got electrified when I heard it. And and not only that, I actually did remember it for almost a week. That was the first time I ever heard anything. I lasted that long. I can't remember what I ate last night. But but you know, it stuck with me. It just kept ringing. You see, I had heard something, and actually, a little later on, I realized that I had heard that before, but it was somehow it was different. I don't know. I don't know how to say it was different, but it was different because, man, it's just like, just like it was like that easy. And actually, we're told very plainly, do not let the double-minded man think he will anything. You understand that? Do you understand what double-minded is? Okay. In other words, you're talking to someone here and you're absolutely on the same page here. But 5 minutes later, somehow you slipped off the page. See? So you're not thinking the same way now as you were 5 minutes ago. And I'm telling you, it's that easy for you to trip yourself up just like that. And I know I did it several times. I'm slow learning, that was it, just really. People say they want something, but then they haven't thought it out, see? And knowing that they haven't thought it out, they really haven't decided. They say they want it, but they haven't really decided I am that. See? And that's what you have to do. You get to a point where you're claiming, hey, I am that. I am that right here, right now. It's so. Why? Because I said so. You see, you have a valid say, but what are you using with it? I had a half a dozen of Neville's tapes, And I listened to them at least one every night for years before it actually touched base. I began thinking differently. The importance of having a CD, because what has your focus has your life. Think about it. We're not asking you to join anything, but you have to have the CDs. You have to have the DVDs. You have to listen to them. It's you training this. Listen, listen, listen.
But as Mr. Lindell stated, you have to listen to them repeatedly. And again, for those who are interested, click the link below and it will take you to the 4 CD set, and you'll be able to transform not only your mind, but your world.